folks, one of the most anticipated matchups of the entire regular season. Two national championship contenders, each ranked in the top 5. Which side can step up and deliver on this big stage? Welcome to the Little Apple and Bill Snyder Family Stadium, the home of the Kansas State Wildcats. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Utah Utes, taking on last year's national champions, the Kansas State Wildcats. NBA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Will kick this away to start us off. So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. Fans around the country got their eyes on this matchup. This is going to be fun. It doesn't happen often enough in college football, an early season collision of top 5 teams.
Yeah, you love to see a test early in the year for the players and the coaches because you find out all that work you put in the summer. You think you got a good football team, and now you get a chance to go up against one of the top teams in the country. I'm just glad we're here to witness it.
The Utes are moving quickly down the field.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
Quarterback will throw it off the one-pass option. The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Off target with the throw, incomplete. Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking deep to the right side. Pass falls incomplete on the deep shot, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's check it out. Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. And the Utes will send the punt team onto the field. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. And he lets it land, and it'll just bounce out of bounds. Over the middle, but it's incomplete. Kirk, both sides told us they knew this was going to be a challenge, the biggest test they've had so far this season. Good to see this matchup get off to a good start. Bodes well.
Chris, I'm just excited to see how this game's going to unfold. Both of these teams are going to be so fired up throughout the entire game. I think it's going to be a true test of wills between two teams that have performed as they're destined to be into that postseason at the end of the year.
They bring him down after a short gain there.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Caught by the receiver. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Love to see the short passing game as a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable and allows you to see how the defense is reacting. That can open up for other things later on.
Lets it go quickly. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And they finally stop him down at the 5. Solid gain on that catch and run.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Pass rush closing in. They'll be tackled. They'll have to wait and see what this penalty marker is about. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? This Kansas State offense is quickly moving down the field. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. Just have to be smart.
Second down and goal upcoming. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. He's at the 50. Across the 40. And they'll finally bring him down after a huge return. The defense doesn't just get the takeaway. They set the offense up in great field position. And the Utah offense takes the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
On the run here. Lets it go. Caught quickly. Tackled, but forced down.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
The Utes are in the red zone. Caught behind the line. It's Brooks. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior. A second and goal play for the offense. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
This defense is spread out all over the field trying to be able to make plays in space. That is a key. Good job of tackling and keep him out of the end zone.
They try to sneak it for the first. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Utes.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
PAT makes it 7-0. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and still motoring. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And that ball is incomplete as time runs out in the quarter. And it's Utah in the lead here. And at the end of the first quarter, let's check out the stats so far. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Running back has it on a screen now. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
And it's incomplete, but here comes the flag. So hold on, let's check that out. So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. And the Wildcats will come to the line here, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. 4th down, he's throwing for it. Looking to scramble. He's going to pull it down and run. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
Boy, this defense, everything you want from them they do here except contain the quarterback. Nobody's open downfield. They pressure the quarterback. The only problem is they can't keep him short of the 1st down marker.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Short throw complete to the tight end. Gets out of bounds after a solid gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Wildcats will line up here on 1st down and goal. The quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Brought down, but the completion moves the ball to the 6. Defense getting pushed back.
Boy, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Strong effort on the catch, but couldn't get a foot down. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Risky throw here on 2nd down. You know, small spaces down here can be an issue for any quarterback. Very interested to see what they call here on 3rd down coming up.
3rd and goal. Looking to throw the ball. Great move in the open field. And he could not be stopped. Touchdown, Wildcats. So they reach the end zone after a marathon march. How about the execution on that drive, Kirk?
Well, I know a lot of times people get excited for the big plays. They're fun to watch. But what's impressive to me is an offense that can put together a long drive and then finally cap it off with a touchdown. That way you don't have to always rely on the big plays. That's a great drive.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Utah offense takes the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
That's a good job here, staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on 1st down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a 2nd manageable here for this offense.
And now the handoff. That'll pick up a 1st down. They'll spot it at the 38.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
It's a strong run, keeps the drive going. First down now. Offense looking to throw the ball. Grabbed by the receiver. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48. That's good timing there. Receiver makes the catch and then has some room to run.
Yeah, anytime you're going to run a route like this, you know who needs to get a lot of credit is the offensive line, because this play takes some time for the receiver to work his way across the field on that drag route, and the quarterback that time had enough time to be able to navigate the coverage and make the accurate throw.
You make the tackle, but that's an excellent gain. Moves the ball to the 33.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
He's going to take off here. Tough to show by the sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down himself.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first.
Headed for the end zone. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Utah.
I'll tell you what, a screen pass is tough to do, but when executed well, the result is this. Perfectly timed by the quarterback to drop it off to the back, gets the big lineman in front of it, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Ball handed off.
You know, in the RPO game, the quarterback's got to make really sound decisions on that read. Either give it when it's the right time, or you pull it out and make the throw. Here, I think he's kind of in that gray area, decides to hand it off, and at least picked up some positive yards.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He's hit as he throws it. Makes the catch downfield. They bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain. Kansas State getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Looking to throw here. On the move now. They'll try a pass here. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. And he'll be brought down. 2nd down after that previous play. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Man, where's the scouting report for this defense? You knew coming into this game this tight end was capable. That's his 5th catch in this first half.
This Kansas State offense is quickly moving down the field. Looking to throw yet again. It's a short completion to the big tight end.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touch.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Chance for the offense to take the lead before the break. Offense set for the 6th play in this drive. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's wide open. Look out. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And the extra point was up and good. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the 2nd quarter. We got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football out to the 25-yard line. go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. First down, looking to throw the football. Catch made over the middle. They bring him down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. That completion makes it second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. You find the tight end open on the corner route. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
First down here for this offense. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. He's got room to run. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. There's a screen pass to the running back. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. Quick throw to his receiver. He makes the grab. Tackle made after a big play all the way to the 41. First down, looking to throw the ball. Taking a deep shot here to the right. Defense breaks it up. Nice play. Incomplete.
Well, anytime you defend this kind of offense, you need defensive backs who are really comfortable in defending the ball being thrown downfield. It's not just the short to intermediate throws. It's the deep shots that they're willing to take. I love how he showed patience here before he knocked the ball away.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Goes to his right side there for the completion. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's fourth down coming up.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. So now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit. And he's got it from 49 yards out. What a powerful kick. So they settled for three, and now the kickoff. We'll see if the opposing offense has enough time to answer before halftime. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here. Less than 30 seconds before halftime. On first and 10, looking to throw. He cannot escape. It's a sack. They'll have to hurry now. Second down with the clock ticking. Looking for a receiver. Running out of time in the pocket. Crosses the 35. Scoots out of bounds after a nice pickup on that running play.
These are the kind of plays that keep defensive coordinators up at night. You spend so much time putting your plan together to stop the pass, and then nobody accounts for the quarterback on a run.
Makes the catch downfield. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the plus 40. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. The defense calling a timeout here, giving this field goal kicker a little something to think about. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. A missed chance to tie this game. Still down by 3. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Utes will kick this away to get the second half going. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. Start from the 25. Okay, the K-State offense is back out on the field now. The ground game ineffective in the first half. Let's see if they stay patient or look to open up with pass game. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this second half started.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. That was a nice juke, but not much room to run. He's brought down for a short game.
Chris, the advantage you have, obviously, from a quarterback standpoint, running the RPO, is you get time to evaluate that first and second level of the defense and see where they're going. Unfortunately, the defense didn't show him much, and the back ends up taking it for just a few.
Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
That run sets up a critical third down play. Off of RPO, the quarterback looks to his right. That's enough to move the sticks and give him a first down at the 41.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
And the Wildcats look to keep this drive moving. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Ball handed off, and the defense smothers him for no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Off Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. The receiver grabs it. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Offense choosing to go for it here on fourth down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Pressure is coming. Looks like Kansas State will have the first down.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Here comes the handoff. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
Play fake, looking to throw. Throw into the end zone. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up third down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
3rd and short now on the 10th play of this drive. Can he make it to the marker? We'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. And on 4th down, they line up in the Wildcat. What's the call here? Direct snap. Defense makes the tackle, but that Wildcat look does produce a first down.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And it's a throwaway. That's a good call down here in the red zone on first down.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point, move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
They find the slot receiver on a drag route that time.
Yeah, you don't really see this very often from a slot receiver on this drag route, but a nice call here, nice little wrinkle. Quarterback does a nice job of waiting for him to clear the traffic and then found him for a nice gain.
At the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. The Wildcats hoping to punch it in here. They have 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Touchdown, Wildcats! And they jump on top here in the second half. Can you say methodical? The marathon launch coach just pounding away and wearing down that defense.
They just kept moving the sticks and moving the sticks until they got into the red zone, and they just kept moving the sticks until they got into the end zone. What a drive.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. They'll go with the ground game here. Quarterback takes the handoff. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still.
He'll take a deep shot here. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. And now the first play of this drive is set up at the 37. Takes the ball and heads to the left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. And he'll drop back here on third down. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. And the tackle is made on what's going to be the final play of this period. And as we take a break, take a quick look at how the national rankings stack up in the chase for those playoff positions. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. He's looking to scramble. Finds room at the 30. He makes the stop, but a big play moves the ball to the red zone.
Huge chunk play here by the quarterback, keeping the ball himself, rips off some nice yards. And my question is, Chris, where's the defense? Where's the pursuit? This guy has the ability to hurt you and hurt you in a big way with his legs. The defense may be underestimating the speed that he has.
Well, this has proven to be a fun one for two teams testing each other, showing their quality, and now who's going to make the push down the stretch and emerge with a huge win.
Well, Chris, this is a huge opportunity, still with the game in balance. Who's going to be able to secure this victory, not only to prove they're the better team, but to also show the committee they're deserving of getting the upper hand when it comes to decision time late in the year.
Offense flinching before the snap. That'll cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Play fake. Looking to throw. Brings toward the end zone. He's into the end zone, but there is a marker on the play. Let's check that out. That one's going to hurt. Take that crucial touchdown off the board, back them up, and we'll see if they can score again. Second down play coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Oh, and he almost had it. A chance for a momentum-changing interception. Does bring up third down.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. And it's intercepted, a crushing play. Tackle made after a return, but the pick ends that threat.
Boy, I got to question the play call right here. Give the defense credit. They get the interception. They put themselves in a spot to maybe tie this game. But what was the offensive coordinator thinking with the lead, taking a chance, and it backfires?
Catch made by the tight end. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
One play moves the ball to the 34. It'll be first down. Incomplete. There's a marker down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. The shotgun running play call. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Quick throw to the left. And it's picked off. He throws it right into double coverage and pays for it. He's brought down greatly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense. And the Kansas State offense is back out on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Running back grabs it on the screen. And they make the stop, but the screen pass fools the defense enough to pick up first down yardage.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen right here by this offense. They let the rushers get upfield, completely oblivious that the blockers are getting out in front and getting downfield, put the ball right on the back, and let him have all that space and an escort in front of him to pick up big yards.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So the holding call in the offense will back them up 10, and they'll try it again. First down here for this offense. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Downfield shot, falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
Love this aggressive mindset from the quarterback and offensive coordinator. Found the matchup that you wanted, take a shot downfield. You don't hit it, but you made the defense be aware of it.
Offense getting set. It's second down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up the throw. Extending the play now. Zero running room. Stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, defense does a nice job of pressuring the quarterback. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an effort by this guy just to be able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback making adjustments down to what the defense is showing. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. He stopped short of the marker, so it's fourth down now. So they're short on fourth down, and the coach decides to trot out the field goal team. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He's got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Utes offense takes the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looks left and finds his target there.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Here's the 2nd down play. It's a toss play to the right. He picks up the 1st down before they get him to the ground.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works really well here. Big people out front being physical, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now here comes the bunch formation. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Looking deep to the right side. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Really good job here showing discipline by this defense. Seeing that corner route, did exactly what they needed to do to be in position to make that an incompletion.
Here we are late in a close game. Crucial play coming up, 3rd and long. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the 2nd half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
The offense getting closer to a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. He fires this throw and it's intercepted. Look out, he's in the clear. They finally tackle him, but what a tremendous play. The pick and then that return.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, they're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
And the Wildcats offense back out on the field. They have the lead, still a 1-possession game thanks to the defense. They'd love to work the clock, but they can't throttle back here. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So 2nd and short here, exactly what you want when you're trying to run the clock out and secure the victory. Looks right for a quick completion. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Boy, they're just fundamentally sound, right where you want to be after the completion. Nowhere to go after that catch.
They'll try to pick up the 3rd down yardage on the ground. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Now they run the football here. I thought he might have enough room to be able to extend and get across that 1st down mark, but he's going to be a couple yards short. Good job by the defense at having awareness of space there and knew exactly what they needed to do to bring him down.
The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. Bringing it out, it's Brooks. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16.
And the Utah offense will take over. 1st and 10.
And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. And it's hauled in way downfield. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. All the way to the end zone. What a play. Touchdown, Utes.
What a score by this offense. And the greatest thing, Chris, is they still left themselves with a little bit of time. And now you're thinking onside kick. If they can recover it, you never know.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. PAT is good. They still trail, though. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery. Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. Now, when you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that